I won't believe it, Gary's just been stopped. We've got to have an alcohol test. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Excuse the scruffage, but we ain't long been up. Anyway, we woke up this morning and we had a quick check of the weather, what it's going to be like next week when we were due to go on a road trip. And Gary says, we've got thunder and lightning on the Monday. I thought, we don't want to risk that. We've only just sort of sorted out the roof. So we're thinking, right, let's bite the bullet. Let's get the van packed this morning. We'll go away for a couple of days. So what I'm on food duty right now. So I'm starting to pack the van up with what we bring. And I don't know about you guys, but I have some favourite things in the van. I love these sort of containers. I fill these with all my sort of tea, coffee, etc. Let's get on with a bit of decanting. So that's my basics decanted. You've got your tea and your coffee. We've got porridge, which we'll have every day for the breakfast. We've got some rice, pasta and a bit of sugar that Gary likes on his porridge. Gary's been out and about around the van this morning, haven't you? What's your sort of checklist before we go on a couple of days on the road, love?
Okay, so I like to split it down into two areas. So firstly, it's mechanical, and then secondly, it's the motorhome itself. So if we start on the mechanical, I get in the bonnet and basically check the oil, check the coolant levels, I check the brake fluid, and then I check the water bottle for squirting the windscreen washers. And actually, I like to put a bit of washing up liquid in there just to make sure that it cuts through the grease on the window as you're driving down the road.
Does it not like get foamy or anything?
So long as you put the washing up liquid at the last bit, so you fill it 90% up with water, and then a couple of squirts of washing liquid, it's fine. If you put it in first, it just foams out the top. And
well, I was thinking that, yeah.
So once I've done that, I then go around, check the tyres, make sure that they're all inflated and they don't look low and the tread is fine. So that's all good. And then move on into the body. So then I check the gas levels of the bottle. I check the water levels. Obviously, we're empty at the moment, so I've got to still fill up the water.
Yeah.
And then the water in the toilet flush.
Yeah.
And then just make sure, we already have anyway, but we've emptied it from the last time we were out. So just make sure it's empty. Yeah. And make sure we've got enough of the fluids that we need the chemicals to put into the toilet.
Was it you was just saying to me then?
I forgot. Don't forget to turn the fridge on.
Yeah, you put it on this morning, but normally you put it on the night before, don't you?
Yeah, normally at least 24 hours before we leave, I put the fridge on.
I don't know if you're the same as me, but every time we go away, I like to make sure I've got more than enough food. I don't know why. I'm a bit like a prepper when it comes to the van. And I use these sort of boxes. This is how I pack my food. And I pack the van with these, and it just makes it so much easier. They're not rattling around. Okay, so food and plates in that cupboard. We also use this cupboard for a bit of food as well. This is ideal. Got a couple of those baskets in here. Perfect. I don't know about you, but I've got a couple of go-to items that I have to have in my van that I absolutely love. So my first one is a cafetiere that is in stainless steel. We broke a glass one when we first went to the States. I don't know what we were thinking, but glass in the van is never really a great idea. These are perfect. The second thing that I absolutely love is like a little chopping board set. Now, it did have 4, but Gary left one at a sink, in a campsite one time. But they obviously are multicoloured, so you can sort of have your meat and your salad and your fish and everything. This is brilliant, and it slides really easily into the van. Now, all of these products, I've got a link on Amazon, and I'll pop the link down in the description below. If you buy through those links, you won't pay any more, but we might get a little bit of commission, just to disclose that. Right, after a mega hectic day, we ain't stopped, and Gary, I've just realised you ain't put this down.
What?
Oh, crikey. So we haven't put that bit down.
There it is.
Right, should we let you know where we're headed? And it's quite late on now. What time is it, baby?
It's 25 to 6.
25 to 6. Oh, it is pretty late, isn't it? Anyway, guess where we're going? Where are we going, darling? Do you want to spill the beans? Gary's going to let you know. Where are we headed?
We're headed to, I don't know where we're headed.
We're going to the Mar Menor.
Of course we are.
We're going to the Mar Menor for 3 nights. The Mar Menor is a natural coastal saltwater lagoon, and it's based in the Murcia region. It's actually the largest lagoon in Spain. And we're going to do a road trip that will take us all the way from San Pedro del Pinatar down to Los Alcazares and onto La Manga itself. But on the way, we need to stop and get some camping supplies because we haven't got any toilet roll or anything, have we?
No.
And some like blue loo stuff. Well, we have got some toilet rolls, so Gary can go without or go into one of the public loos.
Use the left hand.
God. Oh God, it's so exciting, isn't it? It's the first time we've been in the van in ages.
That's wild.
Oh, she needs a good run actually. So we're going to get her on the AP7, which is a pay toll road, which will whiz us down quite a bit. And you can put your foot down a bit, can't you there, love?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a grey day, and it's supposed to rain nearby where we are, so we're hoping that it's going to be quite nice weather. We're not bothered about it being hot. In fact, I don't want it to be too hot. Just nice weather will be great, won't it?
Yeah.
Believe it, Gary's just been stopped. We've got to have an alcohol test.
I don't drink.
We don't drink. Are you just stopping lots of people? Thank you. Bye.
Hasta luego.
So he's passed the alcohol test because we haven't had any. Oh gosh, that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it?
That's a first.
Well, they must be understanding that lots of people drink driving.
Yeah.
We don't drink drive actually, and ever. We don't really drink in the van at the moment, do we?
Nope.
So yeah, that was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it? Could only happen to us. We've literally just left, and Gary's been breathalysed. We're not even drunk. We're just happy. We're drunk on love, aren't we, babe?
We are, babe.
Drunk on love and happiness, and we're on our way. I'll show you what it looks like. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, isn't it? It's a really lovely mountain range in this region. I love Murcia region. This is where we live in Murcia. And we're actually staying in the Murcia region. We're only going about an hour down to the Mar Menor. But yeah, beautiful. Wow, we're right down by the coast now. It's absolutely beautiful. Mountains in the background. We're around about Isla de Plana, aren't we, Gary?
Yep.
We've actually stayed here overnight, haven't we, Bab?
Yeah.
This is where we stopped overnight by this bin. It's not a bad stop, but it's really noisy, isn't it? Yeah, it's honest to God, the road was really noisy. So just outside of the Port Mazron, there's a little camping shop. So we're going to just pick up a few bits. Perfect. Oh, dogs are going crazy. They've got all of the cassette stuff that you might want. How much is it? $14.50 for Aquacam Blue.
2 litres. Oh, $14.50. I thought it was $74.50. Had a heart attack.
Actually, that's all right though, isn't it? Gosh, glue roll.
Toilet paper is, I don't know. It doesn't say.
This seems all right. We're going to get a blue and a pink.
We're going to get a blue and a pink.
Perfect. In fact, we look like we've got some eco stuff here. This is cheaper. So the blue there is $11.95 for 2 litres, and that pink there is $10.95. It's a bit cheaper than the Thetford.
It is, isn't it?
It's the same thing, surely.
It is. It'll be the same stuff.
Should we just get that one then?
Yeah. Well, even made in the same factory.
I noticed they've got some toilet paper here. This EcoAir one, $5.50. Get one of them. Let's get that. Definitely get the pink as well, because that's $10.95. So that's quite cheap. That. Do you think we want to get 2 of each and stock up?
I'm thinking, yes.
Because I think that's quite
call.
cheap.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's going to be the same stuff, isn't it? Sure.
It's the same stuff, and we've got plenty of room in the van now. We're not full time, so.
Yeah, that's true. Really handy though if anything happens to your toilet. They've got all the supplies in here. There's quite a few bits and pieces in here. I was saying to Gary, it's really handy to know if you get stuck when you're sort of around this region in Murcia. This shop's good to know. Quite friendly as well. Yeah. I don't know what half of this stuff is, but they're all sorts of bits and pieces. I bet you can order it if you need it. Oh, it's gorgeous out here. So you've got an idea of where we're staying tonight, haven't you? We've seen it on Park for Night. Yeah. Quite close to the beach. We hope there's going to be some space there. But we really want to get down to the Mar Menor tonight so that we've got all day tomorrow to explore, because I really fancy going in the mud baths. This just looks absolutely beautiful. It really reminds me of the States, don't you think, Gary? It's just stunning.
You can see why they make cowboy movies around here, can't you?
It's not quite here though, is it?
No, but it's in this area.
Yeah. Here we go. We've hit San Pedro del Pinatar. There's a little there, Gary. Ooh, with chock-a-block.
To Playa's Mar Menor.
Right, we're going to try to see if we can find where we're going to stop tonight. It's gone really dark, as you can see. So we think it's somewhere around here. We're getting close to where the seafront area is. We haven't really sussed it on Google Maps yet. Can you go down here, love? Might be really obvious. Was it down there, was it?
Let's have a look.
Oh, there's a nice restaurant here, look. Oh, serving Guinness, Gary.
You have reached your destination on the right.
Just turn down a bit.
Okay, we'll turn this off. Hope it's not a dead end up there, babe. No, it doesn't look like it is. You can go both ways. Let's turn that off. We're going the right way, so we've just got to go up this road. We think it's going to be a nice sea view, not that we will probably see much of it tonight. It's only 8 o'clock as well. It's like 10 past 8. It looks like it's really late. But this is the back streets. So it's basically on this street, isn't it?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's another motorhome here. We're going to turn around so that we can actually face towards where the sea is. I think that's a good way to swing in, darling. Watch this bike. So here we are. It's just a street. But the sea is literally just down there where my finger is. Ah, looks like a bin. And there's a boardwalk, which I quite fancy having a little stroll now, which is brilliant. So we're parked up and I'm just getting the dinner ready. I can hear a right old row going on outside, can't we? Don't know what's happening. I think it's okay, but my goodness, they're really shouting at each other, aren't they? Have they stopped now?
Yeah.
That woman's really annoyed. I don't know what. She's shouting in Spanish, so I'm not sure. Anyway, so we're making a bit of salmon, some broccoli, some carrots, and some crushed potatoes. Nice and easy. Oh, listen in. Oh, it said on park for night, super quiet area. It might be quieter later. It's Friday night, don't forget. So it's probably a little bit noisy. Good morning. So this is where we stopped last night. Now, we didn't have this open. It was pitch black when we arrived. But just down there is the sea. We can just about see it. That British wagon over there, they've got a great cracking sea view. That's the one spot on this street. What did you make of it last night, love?
It was a bit noisy up until about sort of 11 o'clock-ish because the Chiringuito.
It was about 12 o'clock.
It was about 12, was it?
Yeah, it was about 12 o'clock. But we are right next to the boardwalk. It's a pretty good location, to be honest. I'll show you in a minute. We're just having our porridge and Gary's just said, what did you say?
Well, when you got up and you opened your curtains like, da-da, to the world, I was sort of lay on the bed like that, with my phone.
Yeah.
This old couple just walked past, faces right up against the window. I'm like, morning.
To put it into context, he did have a pair of pants on, but he probably looked naked under the sheet. And everybody has a right old nose in. So you'll see people walk along here, and there was a couple just literally walking in the street there, and they had a right old look in as we were eating our porridge. We're having our little breakfast. I forgot loads of things, didn't I?
We both did.
Oh gosh, so we don't have a kettle at the moment because it was really quite ruined. So I just boiled the water in a pan. It was fine. It's like old-fashioned camping. And also, I've got my sunglasses. I've forgotten to bring any bread. What else did we forget? Washing up liquid. Oh, and there's a fly we've brought with us.
Oh.
We're going to have to name it soon, Gary. It's been here a while. Gary's going to kill it. Oh.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
I'm going to name it Flat.
God! It's where we're parked, and it's literally on a street. And right at the end of the street, you've got the sea. And then we were facing the boardwalk. This is where we parked. And the boardwalk goes for at least a mile, doesn't it?
About a mile, yeah.
Yeah.
Just over a mile.
We did it last night, and it was a beautiful walk. It's absolutely gorgeous up there. And you've got a couple of facilities. This is interesting. So they've got a little can recycling thing. It looks like a thing of beer, actually, doesn't it? The Estrella. So you pop your can in there and it goes into a nice little crushed thing. I like this. It's a shame we haven't got any cans, isn't it?
Yes.
Got a couple of facilities as well. You've got all the bins you need and all the recycling. So we're just going to have a little wander down to the beach. But wow, it looks lovely. We're up a bit later than we thought, aren't we?
Just a bit.
And guess what? It's Spain National Day today. We didn't know, did we?
No.
We've got nothing that we needed. Gary's forgot his razor.
Yes.
I've got the wrong sunglasses. He's got a blue tint, so I'll have a migraine if I'm not careful. But hey, look at this.
Feet.
Okay, so here's the beach. And this is interesting. Here's a bit of water, but it's for washing your feet. I don't suppose you could fill the van with that, but you could if you needed to fill a gallon bottle or something, couldn't you, if you were desperate?
If you were desperate, yeah.
So that's quite handy. There's another bin on the beach. Now, we did see a sign for no dogs on the beach a bit further along. There doesn't seem to be one here. Oh no, there is, I'm afraid. So if you have got your pooches, I'm afraid they can't come down to this beach. Wow, this is a super clean beach, super soft sand. And it goes on for a good mile down here of this lovely coastline. Literally, that's where we're parked. You're that close to the beach. These guys have got an awesome spot there, look. Right by the beach, there's a information board, isn't it? And what's the name of the beach? I couldn't pronounce it, could I?
The beach is called Playa del Mojon.
Oh, look at you.
In the region Pila de la Horadada.
Oh, thank you, Jose.
And what it also says is that this is a lifeguarded beach between the 15th of June and the 15th of September.
Oh, really? Is that what it says? And there's obviously some instructions. But unfortunately, no dogs allowed at all. But it says drinking water here, but then it's got a sign on there saying not drinking water. But look how close we are. We're literally behind those bins over there. That's incredible, isn't it? We're right at the start of the beautiful boardwalk, and as you can see, it's all sort of tree-lined with the gorgeous palm trees. And then you can hear the sea as you're walking along. It's incredible. So just along the boardwalk, there is a couple of really massive car parks like this. We think you can't stay overnight. We saw on Park for Night that you couldn't stay here, but they're huge and they all lead to the coast, but you can stay here for the day. So brilliant place to come if you want to just park up, do your admin and kind of sit here and maybe pop to the beach. It's actually really nice. There's chiringuitos along here. There's a couple of them actually. And right at the end of the boardwalk, about a mile away, I would say, wouldn't you, is the toilets.
Yes.
So there are some public toilets. We were tempted to park near there, weren't we? But everything's got a lot of yellow lines on it. So we knew that where we parked had already been tried and tested. So we thought, right, well, let's run with that. But what a gorgeous walk up here. Really, really nice spot, actually. It was quiet last night when we slept last night, wasn't it?
Yes.
I was a bit hot. Thank God we had a little fan in there. But like I say, we've forgotten everything. So first stop later on, we got to pop to the supermarket, haven't we, just to get some stuff we've forgotten. Not least washing up liquid. It's one of these information boards, and I think you scan this to get some information. Oh, that'd be quite interesting. They've got all sorts of things. They've got Facebook in X and all that, so you can find out a little bit more about what's going on. I expect that's for weather and stuff. Thanks for joining us again back in the van. It's so good to be back in the van, isn't it? Although I did sleep a bit weird, didn't I? I was up and down a lot. I was a bit hot. And I kept saying I smelt like oil or gas or something. I don't know if it's the air, but I can't really smell it at the moment. I don't think it's gas, is it?
No.
I keep panicking about it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's not that, if we're not back next week. But what we are doing is we're heading off to San Pedro del Pinatar. Yeah. So we're heading off there. There's a mud bath place. And so like a couple of hippos, we're going to have a mud bath. Although I have forgotten my cosy. Not that I'm going in naked. God, nobody deserves to see any of that. But I think I'm going to have to put like a sundress or something on. I ain't got nothing else. We've toyed with the idea of buying a cosy, but I don't want to be mucking about too much. Anyway, we've got enough stuff to buy that we've forgotten to bring. Yes. Haven't we? Gary's forgotten his razor as well, haven't you? No. He hates that as well. So, if you fancy joining us next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you very much if you are. We look forward to catching up with you on the next episode. See you soon. Take care. Love you loads. Bye. Thanks. It proper stinks, Gary. It's like an egg sandwich.